how the MCU handles Deadpool, right? Because that's the big one. That's the big question anybody's had. And it's like, oh, well, what do they do? How does this character integrate? It's like, well, we're going to know in like 2.5 years. So,
I just want to know if they're going to do my really unique idea that no one's ever thought of, and they're going to do Deadpool kills the Fox Marvel universe.
that is genius! Genius! Genius!
Hey guys, my theory.
Somebody,
That said, Dean.
this has to be something nobody's ever thought. Somebody send this to Kevin Feige, please. I mean, I've seen that so much. Even my casual friends that don't know anything, they're like, "Do you think they'll make Deadpool kills the Fox universe?" I'm like, "Oh, come on, come on." I mean,
I was gonna say ever since the merger, like someone had that one idea. It's like, yeah, that's a really cool idea, and people have just like dragged it into the ground.
I think we literally that was our first discussion when the merger was announced. Was, is this going to be what they do? Like, that's I remember it. It's like, yeah, that it should be a joke. That actually is what they should do. Like, if nothing, literally have Deadpool have Doctor Strange open up a portal and he drops a nuke. Just something like anything.
Just do some kind of hint towards it.
Yep. Because I mean, it sounds like it's definitely going to be a Deadpool 3. Like, it's the third one in the series, so retroactively making the first two canon, however that's going to work.
Like, you could maybe kind of do like a Gwenpool.
Mm-hmm.
Where she's not, like, she's aware that she's in a franchise movie now.
Yeah.
Obviously, like, Gwenpool's whole thing is she's aware she's in the comic, or she was aware she was in the comic. But you can play it like, have the MCU a franchise in Deadpool, and then he just gets in there. And that's how he comes into everything.
That would honestly be probably the best way to do it, right? And then he can also drop an actual joke, being like, "Oh wow, it's finally good to be somewhere where there's continuity between characters and actors." Like, make a joke about it, because how many times did they joke about goddamn Professor X and continuity and the budget? Like, that was the staple of their jokes because they weren't allowed anything because Fox.
Yeah.
So now they have the freedom to do anything. So you could be like, "Wow, we could even afford Captain America," and then Sam Wilson shows up. And they're like, "Oh, I guess it's the new one at least," right? Like, you can make a joke out of everything now. And
I say, here's how you do the third one. You have a big apocalyptic event because it's the third movie. It's got to be the biggest one. He can be self-aware of that, but he's the one that ends up causing it.
yeah,
You don't call it like Deadpool kills the Fox Marvel universe or anything like that, but you kind of lead it in there, and it's like, oh, he's the reason why the apocalypse happens. He ends up in a movie franchise, and that's how you can transition it. Just try and be slightly clever with it.
yeah.
But
Exactly.
it's Ryan Reynolds, so no, it's not going to be clever.
No, don't worry. Kevin Feige's going to be like, "Ryan, that's really stupid. You can't do that." Which is clearly why they got rid of Ryan Reynolds' team. Like,
yeah.
It's interesting enough that, like, Ryan Reynolds was like, "Yeah, we're all committed to it," and then they're like, "Yeah, we're booting your team," and Ryan Reynolds is like, "What team?" What are you talking about?
Deadpool in real life. He really is Deadpool.
Exactly. So he's willing to play ball with Kevin Feige because he knows there's so much.
It's a reluctant thing, I think.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, no, I want it to be all my team. And he's like, well, it's our way or the highway, Ryan. Like, I'm sorry. If you want this third movie and you want part of this pie, you play, you do as you are told. Like, yes, you're going to have some freedom on it, but it's our people. It's got to work with our stuff.
Ryan, do you see this, like, football field or this pizza? Yeah, how much of it do you want? 100%. Well, you get 10% of it. Play within your limit, boy. Oh, okay.
Yeah. And it's like, you can either have the money or you can not have the money. It's up to you. Do you want to go back to, like, post Van Wilder Ryan Reynolds? No, I didn't think so.
Do you want to go back to being Green Lantern? Didn't think so. Yeah.
Val Kilmer 3, boy, is right there.
Oh!
Get Kumail Nanjiani back. No, she wasn't Kumail Nanjiani, was it? The other guy. Whoops! That was a big mistake on my part.
I can't remember, honestly. It's whatever.
A part of me wants to say he was in that now. I really don't know if I'm just making that up or not. Huh.
Wasn't Taika in Green Lantern?
Taika was in Green Lantern, yeah. He was a friend, yeah.
Boy,
that was weird.
That must have scarred him for life.
No wonder he's working for Marvel now. He's like, gotta wash that stinker. But yeah, Reynolds is going to have some freedom. He's obviously going to have to play ball with the writers.
Yep. Good. They need to restrain him and give him limits because...
Which, I don't get the argument of why people don't think it's a good idea to not limit people, but like obviously give them a kind of a limit with how to work in this franchise. It's like the reason why this all works is because they don't have full control.
Exactly.
It's like, no, you can do what you want, but you have to do what you want in the confines of this boundary that makes this thing work.
Just to make a connection, because I know a lot of our people listening to this do like pro wrestling as I do, it's essentially the Hulk Hogan syndrome. He quit WWF, went to WCW, and they told him, here's unlimited money, do whatever you want with it. And the company went bankrupt 5 years later. Because he literally wrote himself into everything to be the butt of every single storyline, joke, and everything that happened. And people are like, we're sick of you. You don't want that with Deadpool. You want him tastefully handled, because you don't want, like, let's say in the MCU, right? Let's say Spider-Man loses Aunt May in the 4th or 5th movie, because I guarantee they're going to get more Spider-Man movies, and everything.
Oh, yeah.
You don't want Deadpool to show up being like, hey, it's okay. She's just an actress. You're in a movie. It's okay, Peter. It's like, dude, it's so stupid. Like, and that's exactly what Ryan Reynolds would do, because that's what the second movie was all about, was this movie's pointless because it's a movie. It's like, oh, God, no. Like, that's what I don't want in the MCU, and that's what they're going to restrain. So it's good. I think it's going to be handled well. That's my opinion on it. Like,
I hope it does. I really do. I'm trying to look at the cast for that Ryan Reynolds movie now. It's just like, who am I thinking of?
Actors. They're in there.